a website, so you might be wondering who this guy is that is up in front of you that just hosted a push-up contest. My name is Paquette. I'm going to give you an extremely brief history. I'm going to go over a quote here. Mr. Wayne Gretzky, he's a very good hockey player from back in the day, says, "You miss 100% of the shots that you do not take." I think that's some words of wisdom before I start this off. But, first of all, who is this guy up here? From this picture, you might deduce that I am an extreme sledder. Yes, I am. We jump over human beings on our sleds. Yes, because I'm from the Upper Peninsula, 8 hours north of UP. We take sledding what I call an HNL, a whole nother level. But this is edutainment, so we're going to learn a few things. That was formative assessment. That's an equivocation. I didn't use the right whole, did I? It's a W right there. This is edutainment, formative assessment. Moving on. It all began, my autobiography, all right, it began at Taco Bell. Note that you're never going to hear that ever again. No one's ever going to start off their autobiography with "it all began at Taco Bell." But for me, it did, actually. An autobiography is when the person themselves, they're telling their biography, right? Literature, check, edutainment. So, I'll start at Taco Bell. I was living the high life. It was my first job. I was 15 years old. I was making $5.15. $5.15, a lot of money. I worked there a year and a half. They gave me one raise, 10 cents. Add it up, mathematicians. $5.25. That's what I was making. That was one of the perks of living the high life working at Taco Bell. Another perk, I'll tell you, we would have beanbox battles. That's an alliteration, 3 B's. My name is Brad, that's 4. Check, English. One of the perks of working at Taco Bell is food comes out of boxes there. This is what I learned. It doesn't grow places, it comes out of a box. And what do grown men and young adults do with boxes that are empty? They make forts. This is what I would do in the morning before Taco Bell would open with my coworkers. 33-year-old men and I would make forts out of boxes. Believe it, this is truth. You're noting it, nice. Truth. What would we do with guacamole guns as well and forts? We would have what we call beanbox battles. Because the guacamole gun at Taco Bell could shoot from fort to fort. Pretty legendary, I must tell you. Quick story, has nothing to do with the topic, but I have to tell you anyway because it's awesome. One of the guys, he was retiring, he was a manager, okay? He was retiring, he was on the up and up. I think he got a job at the Pizza Hut. It was his last day, so we had to have an epic beanbox battle. This is truth, this happened. Our general manager, the top lady, she was there that day, so we had to take care of that. We locked her in the freezer. Hypothermia sets in when the body reaches 95 degrees. Science, check. She was all right. This is edutainment. We're going to learn a thing or two. So, we had an epic beanbox battle war, all right? I was in my beanbox bunker, hiding out, shooting shots. 33-year-old man jumps over my beanbox bunker and shoots me in the ear with guacamole. Inner earlobe, yes. Anatomy, check. We're moving on. One of the other perks of Taco Bell, you get to make your own food. I made awesome creations. I made quesadillas with everything. And when I mean everything, I mean everything. These Taco Bell quesadillas were huge. They were legendary. As I moved on, progressed through high school, I had the metabolism of a racehorse. I did not race. I could eat anything I want. I stayed in the stable. I ate hay. By hay, it wasn't hay, it was quesadillas that I made myself at Taco Bell. I did not gain a pound, to tell you the truth, until they told me I would gain the freshman 15 when I entered college. I was a racehorse. I said nay. 15 pounds. Yeah, right. Well, I did. Because my metabolism, it leveled off, and I had a sedentary life. What it says here, a sedentary life makes it difficult to find a wife. I like to rhyme with things. I like to rhyme. And I was a potato that laid on a couch for a lot of times. I played video games. Yes, I did. It was hard to find a wife. Let me tell you one thing about video games though, guys. Girls love guys that play video games. They would much rather sit in for an evening and watch their boyfriend play video games instead of having them get taken out for a dinner. No. This is truth. You're noting it. Thank you. Girls love guys that play video games. They would much rather spend an evening watching you play video games. This is truth, yes? Believe it. Believe it. Well, my girlfriend broke up with me during this time. And I gained the senior 60. It wasn't just the freshman 15. Added up, mathematicians. 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15. That equals 60. I was in college for 4 years. I got it. 60 pounds of semi-solid mass around this section. It was great. But it led me to being in a slump. My definition of a slump is right here. Number 4. An extended period of poor performance. I had that. The whole definition. My confidence was low. My self-esteem went low. My happiness levels were low. My fulfillment was low. It was time to make some changes, I decided. A little quote here. Be miserable or motivate yourself. Whatever has to be done, it's always your choice. Alright, so this part of the time, edutainment, the entertainment section, we're going to go up. You guys can take out your phones. We're going to do a little text poll here. And I would like you guys to text me on this site here. It's going to pop up. What motivates you to exercise? And as we see, I've already got mine sent in. We're going to text to 37607. Before you write your thing, here's mine. It's going to lead me to what I'm going to talk about next. Endorphins, man. Text it right here. I'm going to leave the directions up real quick. And we're going to look at those at the end of my presentation.